Beavers are really nature's engineers, and they do a really good job at what they do. We take beaver from places where they are a problem, where they've caused road damage or are causing problems for individuals chewing down their trees and their landscaping. Try to go a little bit slower than I would normally and try not to hit the bumps. I'm sure it's not the most comfortable ride for them. They're really not used to being in the back of a truck.
Beaver ready for the flight to Mountain Meadows.
I would have loved to have been a part of that. As long as the beaver's not put into harm's way, I think it'd be kind of interesting to watch.
The plane makes a careful approach, ready for the drop. Now into the air and down they swing, down to the ground near a stream or a lake.
It's crazy, right? It's not something that people do on a normal basis.
The box opens and a most unusual and novel trip ends for Mr. Beaver.
There are a lot more roads than there used to be. Usually we're able to get pretty close with a truck and then maybe hike a mile or two, if that. We try to do a pretty soft release. We don't try to just chuck them out far away. We try to put them where they're going to be. Immediately they can go into the water, find cover and shelter there. They're comfortable. That's their natural habitat. That's where they want to be, and they only improve that. It's very important for us to put groups of beaver out and have a male and a female both, so that they can actually, reproduce and stay in an area. If you go dumping single beaver off into a drainage, there's no reason for it to stay there. Along with putting groups of beaver in places, we also try to build these BDAs, we call them, which stands for Beaver Dam Analog. And it's basically just an artificial beaver dam. On their own, they're just going to fail. The water's going to eat its way through, tunnel its way through. But if we put a beaver in that spot, where it's already pretty good, then they're going to look at that artificial beaver dam, hopefully, and want to repair it, make it better than what we did. And that's the hope. We know we're not great at it. And the beavers are king when it comes to dam building. We'll also put some beaver lodges in place so that they'll have immediate protection from predators. The hope is that they'll set up shop, build some ponds, and do some good, all on their own. We do have brook trout and cutthroat trout that try to spawn up this creek, but it hasn't been great habitat for them. And we'd like to have some ponds in place where those young little fish can come. The beavers are basically creating these ponds. They're making the places for fish to go. A lot of people, they see that as a fish obstruction, but they're really not. Water flows in and out of a beaver dam. Fish love it. Beaver create habitat for not only fish, but also for deer, elk, moose, bear. Pretty much everything needs water and places to drink. There's no doubt in my mind that this benefits everybody.